Hello everyone, my name is James Tan and welcome to Reunite Gathering. In today's episode on our series Money Matters, we'll be talking about starting your own business. A lot of you guys might be considering to start your own business due to the current situation that we are facing right now. And I just want to share to you my learnings and my experiences in my entrepreneurial journey. I've always wanted to become a businessman. What business? That I didn't know. All I know is I wanted to start my own business and that's it. So I started looking for ideas and yet I found none. So I was a student with no money and no idea at all. And then there came a point in my life where I had to stop studying due to some reasons, and I took it as an opportunity for me to be able to immerse myself in the real world. During this time, my dad was already in the transportation business, and since I wasn't in school, I studied the norms of the business until I came up with an idea of posting it online. So during this time, 2011, 2012, the most efficient marketing tools for me were sulit.com and iusdito.com. So fast forward, I was able to gather bookings for car and van rental services and local tour packages, and then outsource it to my dad and to other operators I know to gain commissions out of it. So basically, that's how the business started. Back in the day, the greatest challenge for me was being mocked or not respected due to the fact that I am young and still starting in the business. But over time, I learned how to present myself and handle those situations so that those things will no longer happen. Also, back in the day, I used to think that being a businessman would mean having time freedom, which is somehow true. But if you're still starting, the amount of time you spend in the business dictates its direction. And I also used to think that if I start my own business, I will just be sitting around, looking at people do things for me, in which is also wrong. Because when I was still starting, since I was young and I can't hire anybody, I execute everything from the planning, the marketing, the handling of finances, the decision making, the legwork, everything, as in everything. And I forgot to mention that I got back to studying after some time. So I had to juggle my studies and my business at the same time. But despite everything, thank God I was able to finish my studies with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Technology Communication Management in Mindanao University of Science and Technology, now USTP. And I was able to help my parents by being self-supporting in my last years in college. And also thank God that we were able to grow the business to where it is right now. So if you are currently considering to start your own business, here are some tips that you might find useful. Number 1, pray about it. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path straight." Now remember the time that I mentioned that I kept looking for ideas and found none. It was probably because I was relying on my own capacity, relying on people, relying on the internet, forgetting the one who matters the most, who is God. And so if you are considering to get into whatever business that may be, pray about it. Second tip, do your homework. Study the market. Find something that you can be passionate about. Or if you're already passionate about something, use it to address a particular need in the market. So ask yourself, what will this business solve? Or how will this business help other people? Third, and the most important tip, is to honor God with our finances. Malachi 3:10 to 11 states that bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to store it. Verse 11, I will prevent pests from devouring your crops, and the vines in your fields will not drop their fruit before it is ripe, says the Lord Almighty. This is the only instance in the whole Bible where God is actually challenging us to test Him in this aspect. This is a promise with a premise that simply states that God is going to protect our business if we honor Him with our finances. So let's do a recap. First is pray about it. Second, do your homework. Study the market. And lastly, honor God with our finances. So that's it for tonight. I hope you learned something, and also stay tuned for next week's episode of Money Matters. Thank you so much. God bless and good night. Bye-bye.